Welcome to Issues and Answers with Diane Kinderwater. Issues and Answers is presented as a public service to inform, educate, and better the lives of New Mexicans. And now, Issues and Answers with your host, Diane Kinderwater.
Welcome to the program. I'm Diane Kinderwater. If you're a business person, you know all the risks you take on behalf of all of us because we can't survive without businesses providing us with meals, products, services. So we thank you as business people. And you do take those risks on. But there's also rewards, of course, you know that. But how about being a woman in business? Little extra risks, kind of in a man's world, or it has been a man's world. Well, there has been help for women in business since 1938 with the Executive Women's International. It's an organization which is inspiring and connecting and helping women in business across the world, across the United States, and right here in New Mexico since 1992. We're going to talk to two women today who are members of Executive Women's International and how it has affected their lives and their businesses, and then how it affects you, because you benefit from the businesses. And if we didn't have strong business women, we wouldn't be having the business or the services that we love to enjoy. So please stay with us as we learn more about Executive Women's International and what it means to all of us. Please stay with us. Welcome back to the program, Executive Women's International. Finally, something for women. We'll see if men can join too. I'm not sure, but it's called Executive Women's International. And my guests today are members of this organization, and they're here to share everything that it has done for them and about their businesses. And Catherine, we've had you on before. Catherine Chaya, thanks so much for being back with us.
Thank you.
If you're watching Issues and Answers, you'll see a lot of Catherine because she's a very active, busy woman. Thank you so much. And Brittany Higgins, thank you for being a part of the program as a member of Executive Women's International. And you have a photography business called Be Creative, and your family has been involved with the Hummingbird Music Camp, with all of us know it's up in
Jemez.
In the Jemez. So thank you so much.
Yes.
And your business, Catherine Chaya, we've seen you here on the show, is holistic health.
Yes.
And
So helping women and animals heal from their traumas and from everyday life. You know, we all need to create more space within our energy field to allow more positiveness to come in. So that's what I hope you do.
Yes, in year 2025, a lot of positiveness. But we see you on the air, and thank you so much for taking time and telling me about Executive Women's International. And you, as an owner of a photography business, Be Creative, you decided to join this because of her?
I mean, honestly, she was a huge part of why I joined. She's just got so much grace, and she's so present, and she brings so much to everything she does. She just shows up, she goes all in, and I was just enamored by her, and I was like, if she's doing this, then I want to do this too.
Wow.
And I really, really jumped in, you know, and then I've gotten to know her, and I've worked with her in her business, and she's magical. I'm sure you all know that.
Wonderful name.
But
I'll pay you later.
Brittany, very nice. Magical. You're magical.
Oh, thank you.
And again, what you're doing for society, for others. Not only sharing Executive Women's International with Brittany, but with your holistic health medicine for animals and for people. So I
got a gift, this one.
Thank you.
What a gift.
Well, we're here to make our community thrive. And one way to do that is through EWI. And what we do is we champion literacy awareness and STEM education for our children and the students. We usually visit a Title I elementary school several times a year through our different programs. We have Reading Rally, we have college scholarships we give out, and then of course our STEM event that we have partnered up with Sandia Labs.
And we're going to talk about that all in another program, correct?
Yes.
About your STEM program. So thank you for that. We're going to share more in details about the importance of literacy and what Executive Women's International is doing with literacy. On this show, we're going to talk about the connection you've made and why is it important. So tell me a little bit about the organization, Brittany. How would you characterize it?
I would characterize it as a community of professional women who care and really want to connect with each other, want to do good in the community, but want to bring, like she said, just to elevate each other, to elevate the community, to focus on our careers, to support each other, to do good works, and to just more collectively, put in the work.
So how is it important for you as a business as a business person of Be Creative, a photography studio? It's a lot of work just surviving, but to find extra time to connect with others takes time and energy. How is it important for your business to connect with other business women?
I've been in business for a long time, and the best thing I've ever done is commit myself to joining a networking group and thriving with other like-minded people. These women have inspired me, and just the connections, the networking. I've grown my network, my business, my family's business, just the opportunities. I've helped people find jobs. I've gotten jobs. I've created a more secure foundation for myself and for my family because of the women that are in this group, and because of what they do and what they bring to the table, and how we all are just looking at each other. How can I support you? How can I serve you? What can we do? I need support. Can you?
When you speak of support, Brittany, is it just kind of using their business? I mean, now that you've met all these people, then they use your photography studio?
Not necessarily, but I get referrals all the time, and it's about relationships. It's about really connecting with people on an authentic, real level, and starting something that flourishes. We make time for what's important, and yes, meeting people that you don't know and putting yourself out there. It's a lot, and not everybody's got the energy or the time, but the best thing I've ever done is make the time to do that. It has changed me as a human inside and opened me up to so many possibilities that I was never even aware of. I've learned so much. Yeah,
Even after being in business, your family being in business, you've learned.
I've learned, and I've been able to grow my family's business. I've brought in amazing people who do amazing things, and they were able to come for the summer up at Hummingbird last summer. She taught dance every weekend, and we didn't have somebody, and I was able to bring that. And then with me, there's just so many layers and levels.
Okay, you're going to tell us some anecdotes. Yeah, you're going to go on and on.
I do that very well. Beware.
Tell me a little bit, Catherine, about the mechanics of Executive Women's International. As you told me that it's been in business since, I think, 1936, here in 1992.
Yes.
You've been a member for over 4 years. Do you meet monthly? What are the dues? Tell me about the mechanics of how the organization runs.
Yes, so once a month we meet on the second Tuesday of every month. We usually go to a different restaurant or Better Business Bureau, any different site that maybe a firm is letting us come and meet. We have a speaker that speaks around one of our 3 C's, which is around career, connection, or community. Something that's going to help us grow in our career, connect us with our community, or connect community and career.
Careers.
Yes, and
so once a month you meet. How many women usually show up?
We've been growing too.
We have been so lucky. We have been growing with new members every month for the past 5 months. So currently, I think we have around almost 30 women. And we actually have chapters across nationwide right now. We have 23 chapters. Albuquerque is one of them. And once a year, all these chapters come together for a big convention. It's called LCAM, a leadership conference and our corporate annual meeting. And it's just a really neat experience to not only connect with women in your community, but nationwide. We want to do business nationwide. We want to grow.
Oh,
yes.
I wasn't thinking that.
They really support each other too. If something's going on in another state, we all write a letter, a card, sign it. We send support each other. We might, and if you go to that town and you need, you literally are jumping in that you're connected, and there's a whole group of women that are you got to go here and do this, and you need to be this, and I'll meet you there.
I'm just thinking locally, connecting here, but
but
of course, Women's Executive internationally. So you've had these seminars or these conventions. Have you gone to any?
I haven't. I've only been in with the group for a year and a half. I'm a newer member. I'm not really, because we just got one yesterday or this last week. But but I just started doing this about a year and a half ago, and I'll tell you what. best thing I've ever done.
What kind of other businesses? Tell me. Yours again is the holistic health.
Holistic health.
Yours is the
I'm photography,
So
and
what
I
are the
produce
businesses?
and
We have the Sandia Labs represented, different banks.
Better Business Bureau. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
I know,
Nielsen Advertising and Media Entertainment.
Private investigators. I mean, we have a vast array. That's what I mean.
From
That's
photography to
A lot of entrepreneurs.
yes.
Really?
Yeah, well, that's what makes our group so special and so eclectic. And you're bringing all these different personalities and perspectives together, which helps you grow. You know, are you going to be comfortable in the room with, you know, every single person? No, but that puts you outside your box. That helps you grow. You learn to be a leader amongst these other great women. And that's what we do. And in the meantime, we're also champion that literacy awareness, you know, through our programs, and we fundraise all year long, and we apply for grants and things like that. So
it's work, but that's what the difference is. It's doing with your people and with like wonderful, amazing women that care and want to do it too. And so this is the network and the community that I choose. And we choose to care and network within our community, and we try to bring growth and awareness about a lot of issues that are important.
So it's just not connecting and visiting and talking about growing your business. You're giving back to the community, as you said, with this STEM program, STEM and reading program, which you're going to talk about. Let's get back to a little more specifics about your business and what you've grown, you've connected, you've learned things that you didn't think you'd learn.
I mean, absolutely, every day of my life.
But from this organization.
Yeah.
Can you give me some examples? And I'll be asking you to.
There's so many layers and levels to that question. Even just being, I'm a very capable, very intelligent woman, and I say yes a lot to things that I don't always know that I can do. And I was asked to do some graphic design stuff for our scholarship thing, and I enjoyed it. And I created a flyer, and they're like, the amount of joy that was given because of this flyer that was created, and just tiny little things that I can do in the group to take the weight off another.
Oh.
So like I enjoy that. They're like, can you do this? I'm like, I've never done it, but I think I can, and I will. Okay. And then.
But for your business, Be Creative, what?
But for my business, Be Creative,
has it changed? You've gotten more referrals. More work.
Yeah. I mean, yes, absolutely.
But did you have time for more work?
Always. You make time. I mean, that's what it is. It's not about the work. For me, it's about taking the skills that I have and the gifts that I have and being able to serve the people. Like, how can I serve you? What do you need that I have that I can give to you? And when people come to me, and I love it when they're like, I hate my picture taken. And I'm like,
correct.
Right. I mean, I do too, and I'm a photographer. But they leave, and they're like, this is the best picture I've ever had of myself. And that alone, and almost every single person that comes says that, and it's just so nice to be able to elevate people because But you
knew that before.
I did, but and then I'm launching this new type of photography, brand photography, and it's about telling your unique story authentically, and it's a whole different kind of angle. It's like a commercial and branding kind of had a baby, but from an authentic lifestyle perspective. And
give me an example of what you're talking about.
Being able to tell your unique story, your origin story.
As a photographer, you as taking a photo. Give me an example.
Not me necessarily.
No, but of your clients.
Yeah.
Give me an example. A mother.
Okay, like for example, a real estate agent who maybe they're in the $300,000 market, but they want to be in the luxury market. They you almost manifest the next level by telling your story, showing where you are, where you've been, what you bring to the table. And this is without words. This is just with photos, vision, It's like the little intricate things about working with you. You always gift them. You go the extra mile by, you do this, you show them at the school district. Like, all the little intricate things.
And then you show that with photography.
Yep, and you capture them, and then you do a photo shoot in a beautiful new home, and you get their team in there, or just them, and you put, you put the Louis Vuitton in the closet, and you shoot them in the heels and doing the thing. But now you're showing them as themselves.
Their elevated self.
In that position where they want to be, where they want to go.
And you learned this from?
This brand photography. But from this group of women too, it's showing me that people want that. You know what I mean? And like people need that. We want real. We want to be honest with each other. And I feel like capturing that and showing that. But also we want to elevate, right? Sometimes we don't know because we can't see it, but when you have a photo of yourself in that space, in that home you're selling, and then you share it with the world, it happened. There's a woman, and we did this. My mentor, she did this. So it's her story. I'm just kind of piggybacking, but because it's grand scale. She's now selling $15 million homes, and she did it in like a 4-month process. Went from $300,000 homes to selling multi-million-dollar homes just by showing herself in that environment, doing what she already does, just elevating it.
And Executive Women's International helped you with how?
They've helped me visualize this and take this in and be able to push it out. I'm working with them right now. I'm working with a huge brand, and I won't drop names, but a local credit union, and rebranding and capturing where they want to be and taking photos, and it's so they can engage all of their members and all of their employees on where they're now going because they're evolving.
You're excited about this, Brittany.
I get really excited about a lot of things.
You're excited. How about you, Catherine? How has this affected your business?
Well, I've gone through several stages. I mean, I wasn't always in the holistic realm. I actually owned a model talent agency for 13 years out of New York City. So when I moved to Albuquerque right before the COVID, I didn't know anybody. And I wanted to I was asking myself, how can I become involved in the community? I need help. So one of the other members that I happen to know, she's like, why don't you join us for a meeting, see what we're about? And I instantly said yes. You know, it instantly gave me a group of lady friends. It helped connect me to new members and different parts of this community so I could get to know it at a faster pace. And as I've been growing my holistic health, I needed to find an office space. So I just put the word out there, and I had several recommendations, and now I have a new office space because I asked. You know,
And you had somebody to ask.
Exactly. And I mean, you could take several roles in this group of women. And I definitely took the back seat for a while because I just kind of wanted to learn the ropes. But now I'm president, you know, so, so you can get involved at many different levels. And now I'm learning new leadership roles. You know, I just went to this convention in Arizona where all these 32 chapters of women came together. And I got so inspired. I got so motivated by watching
You were already inspired and motivated before you went to this conference.
Yes, but we all still need a little kick, I think. You know, we need new ideas. And you can get that through somebody else's perspective. What are they doing in their community? What can I take from them and apply to my community, to my group of women to make us better? And
okay, specifics. What did you learn?
Okay, so what did I learn is that...
Or what did inspired you? What kicked you in the butt to make some changes here in New Mexico with your chapter?
Well, I think with EWI, we focus on one of the 3 C's, right? That career community connection. And we're all going to be leaning towards one of those 3 C's more so, right? And for me, it was community. I want my community to thrive. I want these students to grow. They are our future generation that's going to help take care of our planet, take care of our communities. So how can I help boost that? Well, we already have a great foundation at EWI, and that is literacy awareness, promoting STEM education, which is the basis of better citizens.
Yeah. Yes.
Better citizens.
Knowledge is
yes.
power. Knowledge is power.
And when you give back, you're also giving back to yourself, right? So that's personal growth. I've had so much personal growth in this group. You know, you want to surround yourself with like-minded people, as Brittany said, or people who are better than you. Are they better leaders than you? What can I take from them to apply to myself? So I think overall, just being a better leader is what I've gotten out of this group and helping my community thrive.
So in Arizona, the conference you were just recently at, do you remember any specifics of, they motivated you, but some things that you thought, I can do that? Anything in particular?
Yes, I mean, this is a leadership caucus. So what I took away that I'm applying as president this year is to lead simply. Don't make it complicated, and lead in a way that you want others to follow, right? So involve others, lead simply, lead the way that you want to see others progress in your group. And so that's what I'm doing, and I'm trying to be involved in all different levels, you know,
Wow, that's a
through
lot
our
of-
different programs.
That's a lot of giving there, Catherine.
Well,
Yeah, that's a lot. Because you want,
yeah, but I'm
as a
also
president, you want-
asking. I'm also asking, okay? Because you can't just, you got to have your cup, you know, half full. You can't always have it half empty. And one thing as a good leader is you need to know how to delegate, right? You need to learn how to ask. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. And so that's another thing that I've learned to become better at.
you can't do it all.
No, you
and
can't.
plus, they grow once you give them the task. Because look at here, Brittany, she was so
Yeah.
excited about producing that flyer. It gave her satisfaction. And
Well, it's even better when they came back this year and were like, can you update it? Can we use it again?
Yes, and she's creating all new business headshots, photography headshots for women to take back to their businesses so that they can
well,
present
yeah, I can
themselves.
see that. But what are they doing for you? I can see that as a photographer myself. I can see you producing for them. What are they doing in return for you in that connection? Because that's a lot.
It's real authentic connections. I've got this community of women that I consider like family, and I could call on any one of them in personal issues. It's not just professional. They have given me advice financially, in business, in boundaries, and when I have a tendency to say yes a lot, to my own demise, you know, don't we all? We give, right? But I love it, but I also have to self-preserve, and I'm able to come to these women, and I'm able to be really authentically honest. I'm pretty transparent, but to get really constructive advice and, you know, asked for constructive criticism because they've been there. A lot of these women are, you know, retired professionals who were top of their career in these very big companies, you know, the labs, and there's so many, and they just, the quality of the women that are in this group is like, you can't buy the relationships. You can't force that. It's just real and it's just authentic. And I just fell in love with it.
She's got a photography business, which I understand. What other businesses have been thriving in the organization, would you say?
You mean of the other women? I would say, I mean, we do have a lot of credit unions, a lot of trade businesses. We have a lot of trade businesses, like they do blinds or different house construction contractors. So we really have one spectrum to the other. So if you need to be connected with somebody or you need something for your own personal home, it's there for you.
There's writers, there's dancers, there's
Writers, dancers.
There's-
So I looked online. You said you have some exceptional careers in your organization.
there's some bigwigs that do a lot of big things. And
I would say Sandia Labs or one of the credit unions are probably one of the higher executive levels that we do have.
Online, I read that you have, of course, the webinars, speaking opportunities that you have for your members, leadership development, networking, showcasing, and that's quite a bit for a Tuesday. For a Tuesday.
Well, what we do is, you know, once a month is we do bring in all these different kind of leader speakers to help you in your business, to help you in your personal life, or in our community.
Can you recall some of the speakers that you've had?
Yes, let's see.
Or the topics, like, I imagine, time management, things like that?
Yeah, that definitely is a good one. Yes, that has been on our list. I think our last one was more of making sure that you're balanced. It was more of a holistic health approach. And what we did was learn how to know works for you and what doesn't, when to say no, when to say yes, how to test how you're feeling that day. It was a whole holistic approach. Everyone loved it. We actually gained 2 members that meeting.
And the cost to be a member, tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, so I believe it's around $350 per year. Usually your business pays for it if they feel that it's something that will benefit them in some way. And it's just once a year that you can go. And then if you want to go to LCAM, our big convention, that is, depending what position you're in, EWI, our chapter will either cover it, or we have a scholarship for it, or your firm pays for it.
But there's individual and there's firms. So some people are there as a forefront runner for their businesses that they're employed by. Others are there because they're like, I'm the business owner, I am the firm, but I'm there, so there's different, everybody can come in on different
Comes
angle.
from different walks of life, which makes our group so interesting and so eclectic, I think.
And then on those meetings once a month, we meet, we have a speaker, but we sit down and we all dine together.
Yes.
And we have a speaker. And so it's $35 that one on those Tuesdays, but we have a full meal and we have connection and we talk and chat.
We learn
and
something.
We have a speaker and they're really fun. I look forward to them.
So we have just a couple seconds left. How can people find more information, Catherine?
Okay. Please visit our website at ewiabq.org, and that's where you can find out what's going on for our next monthly meeting, what we're doing in our community. If you want to join us, we welcome you. And it's not just for women, it's actually also for men. So don't be afraid to stop by, because we will help you grow. We will help our community thrive. And
Do you have some men who are members?
we've had visitors. We've had visitors, yes.
But they're welcome.
But they are
Absolutely.
welcome,
Very nice.
and we welcome you.
Brittany Higgins, thank you so much, the
thank you
owner
for
of
having
Be Creative. Appreciate you taking the
Yeah.
time out of your business to be here and to be a member of Executive Women's International. And Catherine Chaya, thank you so much for all that you're doing in the community and your enthusiasm and the fact that we can all be more magical like Catherine. We'll try our best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck with your businesses here in New Mexico. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Issues and Answers with your host Diane Kinderwater is presented as a public service to inform, educate, and better the lives of New Mexicans. To comment on today's program, email us at info@kchftv.org or call us at 505-345-1991. Join us again for Issues and Answers with Diane Kinderwater.